The title of the speech is Remove the Ego, please, and we welcome Julia.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you. Ego is my enemy, and very likely your enemy as well. I only learned this recently. I knew it, but I learned it recently, or had it reaffirmed, reading a book by that title. Ego is the enemy. Going into it, I felt my ego battling every page that I read. Don't do it. Don't read it. You don't want to know what these pages hold inside. But I suppressed my ego. I persevered. And I read through the book. And I learned a lot of very important information in that book that I want to share for a very important reason. I believe that one of the largest, most obvious reasons why there isn't more success in our society is because of ego. I work in marketing. I'm an entrepreneur. I hear good ideas, I think, every day. People say, I have the new idea that's going to change the world in this way. If a tenth of those great ideas had come to fruition, we would probably already be living like the Jetsons. But they haven't. So you have to ask yourself, in this country full of great ideas, great thinkers, and good people, why aren't we succeeding more? Think about it. How many people in here consider themselves to be happy individuals? Good. How many people here pursue becoming happier through what they do every day? All right. My purpose of the speech tonight is to maybe convince some of you that if you set aside your ego just a little bit, perhaps suppress it, and then channel it correctly, maybe just in doing that alone, you can increase the quality of your happiness. But I have to remind you, ego is the enemy. And I'll give you an example right off the bat. Someone loves the way you speak. They say to you, wow, amazing. You must have studied so much in college. What did you do? Ego challenge. Because if at that moment you decide that you are as great as that person is trying to convince you are, what can you possibly learn from that situation? You're smarter, you're better than that person. That person in that situation have absolutely nothing to offer you. Unless you take that moment and you say, wait. Thank you, I appreciate, I'm a great speaker. However, it's not from my college education, it's not from traveling, it's not from anything. It's from a culmination of everything. People, they appear great on social media, they appear great everywhere, except for right here. Why? Because of their ego. People are so worried about how am I going to look in front of others? How are they going to perceive me? What if I fail in front of that person? What if I approach that person and they reject me? How am I going to feel? My rebut to that is, why does it matter? Who cares what anybody else thinks about you? Who cares if you fail? Walt Disney said he failed over and over in his life until Disney World Orlando. And mind you, Steamboat Willie, Mickey Mouse, all the characters, Disneyland in LA, everything. And he said he was a failure until Disney World. How wild is that? How wild is that? It's all about perspective. Elon Musk is an awesome example of being able to dance on that line of ego, maniac, and pursuing a dream. Someone as outlandish as him might come across as an egomaniac. But the thing with egomaniacs is that once that's been satisfied, or once they realize that you can't satisfy the ego, they typically give up. And that's the difference between dreamers and people that just have ideas. And ego people. Elon Musk carries on through perseverance, through criticisms, through everything else. Why? Because it's not about his personal failures. He has a dream that everybody's going to drive an electric car. And that's bigger than somebody telling him, you're dumb, or you can't speak well, or your company's ideas are ludicrous. Doesn't matter, I'm trying to change the world. That's a perfect example of ego. removing it and being able to channel it and use it to your advantage. Why do most of us go back to ego? Easy, because it's comfortable. It's easy to tell ourselves when we fail that it's not our fault. It's society, it's my upbringing, it's my family, it's my job, it's my conditions, it's whatever it is. It's just not me. That's the most comfortable thing for any of us and every one of us to say to ourselves. Do you guys agree? For the most part, it's the easiest thing to do. Most people have talent. Most people have confidence. What they do not have is humility and the diligence that comes with earning that humility over time. Ken Shamrock, the famous MMA fighter, advises all his pupils to find 3 people to work with. Find somebody who's better than you to learn from. Find somebody who's lesser than you to teach to. And find someone who's equal to you so you can reciprocate good ideas back and forth. And if you are an ego-less person, you can find value in all 3 of those. The person to learn from, the one to reciprocate, and the one to teach. Now, Vadim's not here today. I thought he was going to be. He always says that I never give examples of how I've overcome and how I've done things in my life. And I'd like to share a couple little exercises that anybody can do that can drastically improve their confidence and hopefully remove a little bit of the ego. This is called a comfort challenge. Comfort challenge meaning that you're probably going to become uncomfortable. And as our wonderful president often says, this is a place where we come to practice being uncomfortable, because that is where we actually learn. So comfort challenge number 1 is spend a day looking every single person dead in the eyes. Lock on eye contact, everybody that you see, until the point that it's uncomfortable for them. If they approach you, you can say, oh, I thought you were somebody else. I'm sorry, I apologize. But get that out. Who cares what you look like? Who cares what your eye contact to them? They're nervous. Why? Because they're insecure. Don't reciprocate their insecurity. Be secure with what you're doing. You want to take it a step farther? Ask everybody you meet that day for their phone number. You don't have to do anything with it. You can take them and throw them out. But if you're not worried about how that person's going to perceive you when you ask them for their phone number, imagine what else you're not going to be worried about doing in front of other people. Now, since I'm out of time, Andrea, I would love to close with a mantra that I learned or read in the book, and I would like to bestow and share with everybody in attendance tonight. And that is that I wish you all the humility possible in your opportunities, graciousness in all of your successes, and resilience in your failures. Thank you.